Good morning, guys. How are you? It's so nice to see you today. It's a dark, rainy night here on the farm, but it's sunny and pretty in real life. Cold, really cold, but sunny, so I'll take it. It's all good. So how you guys doing? Logged into Twitter this morning and thought, there'll be something new and different. No, it's still Massey out, Formula One Championship. The controversy or controversy, depending on what part of the Atlantic you live in, is continuing. And people are starting to pull out all these old comments from Michael Massey where he's explaining the rules to people who are upset, saying the exact opposite of what he actually did. And it's like, oh, dude, your own words are going to come back and it's going to hurt. That bite is going to leave scars. Okay? That bite in your little bum is going to hurt. But, well, anyway, it goes on. But like I said in Twitter, it beat more COVID news, right? It beat more COVID news. So I'm supposed to be in Scotland in March. I have tickets to Sabaton. There are a group of people who have come from other countries who have planned their vacations around the fact that they've gotten tickets to Sabaton and they're coming to see me. So we've got a very international group of people that are planning to get together in Scotland and go to have dinner in Glasgow and go to a Sabaton concert. And, everybody's been vaccinated because, quite frankly, if somebody had told me they hadn't been vaccinated, well, probably they couldn't get into the country anyway, but I wouldn't be going out with them that night, so it wouldn't have worked out very well. But they have. So everybody has been very responsible in doing all the right things. It's my, hope that everybody has got time to plan a couple of days of, they're going to have to word quarantine. You'd think that'd be a word that's right there in our vocabulary these days. No stumbling should have been required, but anyway, yeah, I know one guy's there for 2 weeks. Well, one guy lives there, so that helps. He lives in Glasgow. Somebody's coming from the Netherlands, but they're going to be there for a while, so that's all good. A couple of days to sit and de-germify will be pretty easy to do. And I'll be spending, some of the time of the vacation with him, and we'll be walking the beach in the wind and going down to Roselle Park and doing some outdoor thing, which is what I do all the time anyway. So hiking and blah, blah, blah. So, that'll all be good. No worries with that. But, man, and now I'm sitting here going, well, am I going to be able to get there? I mean, depending on laws and what's changed in this new Omicron thing, which is spread, it makes Delta look like a little turtle creeping along, and Omicron is the rabbit that's racing ahead. Of course, we know how the tortoise and the hare worked out, so maybe it'll be okay. But at this point, we've got people coming for Christmas, and they're just, laws are changing. They've just got to check daily and make sure they still have time to get done what needs to be done. And all the various testing and oh my gosh, it's complicated. It's going to be a freaking nightmare trying to get back home to Scotland. So anyway, I'm going to be starting to look into that. I'm going to book a ticket for probably mid-February, I guess, so that I've got end of February, somewhere in there. I just want to make sure that I've got a good solid 2 weeks to do the self-isolating things and make sure that I'm not bringing anything into the country. I'm going to take a cab directly from the airport to home, which is going to be pricey, but I feel it's the only thing fair to family and friends. Is you do what you do, you do what you have to do, and make sure you stay safe for everybody. And then I will be isolating in a room with doors, securely closed and hiding out for a few days and stuffing little sticks up my nose every day for a while. Unless, of course, by then it's turned in. And this is why I'm planning the ticket well in advance, because if the laws have changed and I have got to self-isolate for 2 weeks solid, before I can get out, then that's what you got to do. You got to plan around that too. So, interesting days we live in. All I know is these tickets have been bought for a very long, long time, and a lot of people have made plans. And I know the seating at the Sabaton. I mean, they were almost sold out. I got my tickets, immediately, like within minutes of them going on sale. And then I had tickets bought for me. So I actually have extra Sabaton tickets, which I thought be no problem selling them, right? It'll be no problem selling them. If my family can't come over to go to Sabaton with me, then, and I was going to give it to, Essentia and Quill. But if they can't make it, I probably won't be any problem, getting rid of them. However, people are canceling like crazy. The seating, every time you check, right now it's like half the place is empty, which I will be honest, suits me down to the ground. A half-empty stadium is a healthier safety stadium. I'm sure it's not good for Sabaton, but sorry guys, it's like, man, I think that's, thank you everybody who has canceled. Oh, God. Oh my goodness. But I will be honest, if there weren't other people involved who have already invested, parts of their year and their vacations for the year and stuff like that, I would cancel. I would cancel and just say, I'm going to be heading into the UK during the absolute, worst of the Omicron explosion, which is unfortunate a lot. Very, very unfortunate. Damn, no kidding, that blows. Yeah, no kidding. But hopefully I will have a booster by then. I think Canada just sort of okayed boosters for pretty much everybody. And actually, I should look into that. I should try to get a booster right now before the holidays and all that stuff. I should do that. I'm going to do that. I have a plan. Thank you guys for letting me ramble on and remind myself that I have things I should be doing. That's good. So all I'm doing here this morning, this is what I do first thing in the farm. Usually I muck around and do some of this stuff before I start recording. And then this morning I thought, you know what? I have got a wild and busy day. I've got to be working on the Minecraft event that's for Sunday. I've got to coordinate some things with people with that. I have errands I have to run today that are taking me out of the house, and it's something like 9 stops. Now, based on traffic and the distance between these 9 stops is a big consideration. I'm going to be spending a couple of hours just driving today around town. Just in the driving part, not in the trying to find a parking place and going in and doing anything part. But it's going to be a really long, busy day. And I thought, well, usually I go down and get coffee, and then I sit here for a while, and I do a few things. And I thought, you know what? I'll just say, I'll do my good morning chores with you today instead of by myself. Because this is what I do. I just check on all the quests, catch that up, see if there's any of the big 3 flowers that need harvesting that have been left behind overnight. Get that done. Check on the houses. Get this part done. And then I sort of go, okay, I wonder how people are today. And it's just going to be a busy day. And the next few are just blah, blah. It's a holiday thing, right? Everybody gets busy this time of year. Everybody gets busy. And we're keeping the holiday thing really down to a dull roar this year. We've just said, you know what? We say this every year. We're not going to do much for the holidays. And then that just somehow trickles into insanity every year, okay? It's always the same. And this year, we get this thing, and I love this. I love this. So we're doing a thing where we're just having, all of our gifts are food and drink related. So no more stuff, no more clutter. I have spent the last year getting rid of clutter, dumping books. I have hauled out bags of clothing from this house, just thrown out. I don't even know how much I've thrown out, but it's been a lot. Just box after box after box of recycled stuff. I've been feeling quite, quite environmentally friendly with reusing a lot of things and just, dealing with, you've got this until this is absolutely gone. You don't need anything else. You've got enough stuff in your life. I think we all have too much stuff in our lives, and I've really worked hard to get rid of that, and it feels quite righteous. And it's like, I don't want any more. There's actually nothing, there's nothing I want. There's nothing I want for Christmas or solstice or New Year's, or there's just nothing I want. I've got so much in my life already that I'm so grateful for. I just don't need anything else. So it's just food and drink stuff. So I can drink it, I can eat it, and then it's gone. So, and this is another good reason why it's been over a month now, I just eat every other day. And I'm feeling wonderful. I love it. I am saving so much money on groceries. And I've lost a few pounds, but not a lot. It doesn't feel like, oh, I've been dieting or anything. My energy is better than it has been, oh my God, in 20 years. I'm not kidding. I feel amazing. Boy. The last time I have physically felt this good, I think I still had horses. It's been pretty good, because when the MS hit, I've had many good years with multiple sclerosis, but because I've got the kind that can kind of go into remission and then it comes back with a vengeance and you feel even worse, and it kind of progresses for a while, and then if you do all the right things, like for me, fasting for 4 or 5 days at a time, and then doing that repeatedly. I don't eat for 4 or 5 days. I eat for a week or a couple of weeks. I fast again for another 4 or 5 days. And if I do that a few times, it seems to kick it into remission for a while, which is kind of absolutely wonderful. But this every other day thing has been, I love it. I am absolutely loving it. And it'll be good, because when all the food and drink gifts come in, I'll need it to, it's like, yes, I can eat and drink all these things, but only every other day. Ooh, it's going to be awesome. I may actually get through a season without feeling, dead on my feet and gaining 3 or 4 pounds. I'm quite excited. Oh, and I'm taking tons of vitamin D. I'm taking 10,000 units of vitamin D every day for months and months now. And hopefully that'll, of course I usually do. That is usually the amount I take. And the last time I had my vitamin D checked, I was still at the low end. And with MS, you have a lot less symptoms if your vitamin D levels are high. So it's like, okay, I can't be missing days. I got better quality vitamin D than I was taking last time I got my everything checked. So hopefully the absorption is better. But yeah, at least 10,000 every day. Every once in a while I just, I'll toss in an extra 5. What the heck? So it's working out. Whatever it is, it's working out for me. Things have been pretty good. I see we are now leveling up artichokes. I have no problem with that. We're kind of, we get bored of one fruit or vegetable here, and it's just like, let's level up something else. It's time. How much do we get for the artichokes these days? 9,000. What do they cost to buy, I wonder? Where are they? I have leeks. I need to be planting leeks. Oops. How many? 150. Well, let's get that done. Let's get her done. So, anywho's, I shall who's. I don't know, I feel pretty good today. I slept well last night, which is good. With all the things going on lately that have been actually quite upsetting to me, I've been walking around with this, I don't know, it's just this sort of ever-present ball of anger in my gut. Frustration, maybe frustration. I don't know what it is, but I've been cranky. Okay, I don't know that it showed a lot to most people. I don't think it has. Gosh, I hope it hasn't. But yeah, really haven't. It's been it's kind of sitting there. But I think about what's been going on lately, you know, all the work I did with the reno guy, and then having him just bail on us and leave me with this big freaking mess to try to figure out what to do with. And then the Bell Canada thing, you know, which was sorted out 1 month, and then, you know, a month and a half, 2 months, actually it was about 2 months later. I kept saying a month, but I checked dates. It was actually 2 months later. Then I start getting all these really, really nasty phone calls, you know, from the collections people for something that turned out to not even be mine. And it was just, it took up hours. I was getting like 3 to 5 phone calls a day. And I was calling back, you know, trying to get it sorted. And because I was getting kind of sick of hearing the phone ring. I don't like telephones, people. So it was quite frustrating. And then, you know, there'd been some deliveries coming here for, you know, for us and for the company that's coming. You know, it's rather than haul things over, I'll just have it delivered there, you know, which is brilliant. But there have been a lot of problems actually getting things in the house. Like they're local delivery companies, or see the big places like FedEx and UPS and that. And I don't know why they do this to this city, because it's really quite irritating. But once something reaches Sudbury, it sits in a warehouse, and then it gets taken over by local contractors who are, in a great many cases, complete and utter shite. Okay, they're really not very good at it. And I once tried to track down a package that I needed. I was taking a trip, and I was taking a gift to someone, actually near Losa. Hello, sweetie, it was about you. I was taking a gift down to see her and for a party, and I had ordered it. I had paid for, you know, all the fancy shipping prices. The shipping actually cost me twice what the actual item did. True story. Yeah, it was ridiculous, but it was supposed to be here about 10 days before I left. I wanted to make sure, you know, it was going to be okay. It turned out like it was, you know, the week before it was, you know, it was late. I was calling. I ended up calling like 3 or 4 times a day. I had to start threatening legal action, and I basically managed, and I don't remember how, but I wish I'd kept it. I'd managed to get the actual owners, the manager's private number, so I just started calling him directly, which he didn't like. And it was like, good, because I don't like this either. So you fix this with me and I won't bother you anymore. But it ended up turning out, it had been sitting on somebody's desk. It had been out on the van to get delivered. And that's the worst part, is they had left a card here saying it had been, they had tried to deliver it, no one was home. And of course we were all here, so that was nonsense. That, you know, they never knocked, they never rang. So then it got put back into the place. It went out 2 days later, it went out on another van, and that driver did the same thing. Oh, well, there was nobody answering the door. I knocked and knocked, and it's like, well, at the time that's on the card you left, I was actually in the kitchen about 15 feet from the door. So don't even, you know, you're lying through your teeth. And it turned out my package had ended up getting sat on somebody's desk. Somebody had gone looking for it and sat it on a desk, and apparently their desk was so cluttered they didn't notice it for 2 weeks. It was, oh my God, or 10 days of daily calling. I just hadn't seen it. And then one guy, I was talking to the manager, and he said, we found it. It was sitting on a desk. And I said, so, you know, he said, we'll send it back to the warehouse and we'll get it out tomorrow. I said, no. You're going to send it over by cab right now. And he said, well, I can't do that. I said, not my problem, because I'm going to show up at your house. Like, this is insane. I need that pack, because I'm leaving. I'm leaving like first thing in the morning. So it's coming today. Or you will be paying me damages. Like, this is just insane. Anyway, he ended up calling his secretary in, and the secretary, he drove it over. And it's like, well, thank you. Oh my goodness. But you have to get so cranky with people, or they don't even try. You try to be nice. You be patient. You state your case carefully and clearly. You wish them a good day. You thank them for their time. And they hang up and go, well, I don't have to do anything about that. She's a walkover. Like, really? Really? Is this what you have to do? And then you get all nasty and you feel terrible at the end of the day. And you're stating things firmly and you're telling them you're not putting up with this crap. And you start threatening things and you mention laws that they're probably breaking. And you start tweeting and you know, you put it on Twitter and you put it, you know, their attention, and then they you know, they try harder. But it's like, and then I go to bed at night feeling like I don't want to be that person. I don't like getting mean to people. I hate it when they do this. But it works. I hate it, but it works. I don't know. Or you can just stay nice and the whole world will ignore you forever and you will never have a package delivered. And you will be charged for things that aren't on your account. Oh, God. And reno people will just walk out and leave you with a mess. So, yeah, it's good. So, FedEx, Bell Canada, and Sudbury Renovations. Oh, you have caused me a lot of stress. And I've just been angry. Just angry lately. But I woke up this morning going, I feel pretty good. I've been exercising a lot. Maybe I've just been working it out. Oh, Lord. I don't know. So that's the only thing that's been going on in my life lately. That's the worst part, is these things have been taking up so much time. It's like I'm just not doing anything else. I have nothing to talk about. Oh, my God. But you know, the really good part is I have gone for a few months now without somebody that I care about dying. And I think about that every day, and I am so grateful. I had a year and a half where it was averaging every 3 or 4 weeks. Like it was all the time, and it's that you never stop crying, you never stop mourning, you never get a moment where things feel like they're just not spiraling out of control. And all of that, of course, happened during what was actually and truly, no drama intended, the absolute worst year of my life before the deaths and COVID started happening. So I have gone for months and nobody's died. Now I do have 2 people in my life that I am extremely close through that are facing, well, 3, although one, well, 2 that are facing things that are life-threatening and are not, you know, it's, but you learn to, I don't know, you find a way to deal with it, is what it is. You just find a way, you process it, and you find a way to get through the day to day, and you just do, because you don't have a choice, right? So that's the thing, and at that point, it's not, you know, it's not crumbling you to tears every moment of the day. Although when you think about it, you feel like it should be, right? But I don't know. And then my mom, who is, you know, in her heart issues and things like that. But she's doing, I mean, she's 85 and she's had 2 heart attacks. So taking those 2 things into consideration, she's doing really, really well. Although she needs a surgery that has been postponed, thank you, COVID, to next May. So even when we get back to Scotland for the Sabaton thing, I've got to, you know, be there for March and April, and I've got to be back here in May, right at the first of the month, or even maybe the end of April. I can't remember the actual date of the surgery, but I'm going to have to be back probably in April. Again, traveling during the height of Omicron or whatever else COVID hits us with in the meantime, but so I can self-isolate for a good couple of weeks, and then I have to go stay with her for, I don't know, it's going to be a while, a couple of months maybe. So I don't know what's going to happen with work at that point, unless I drive back and forth. If I drive a few hours a day. Yeah. If I get her tucked in at night and then drive here and then do the recording and then drive back, so I can be back there by morning. I won't have to sleep for a while, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't even know what's going to happen with that yet. So it's like, and I'm not even gonna think about it. It pops into my head every once in a while. It's like, yeah, I'll think about that in May. I don't know. I have no idea what to do with that. I mean, I could take all my computer equipment there, but the internet is pretty wonky. I don't know how well that would go. I'm not sure what kind of games I could play and stream at the same time. I wonder what kind of games, what kind of like really simple, teeny tiny little old games could I manage to stream at the same time? Oh, excuse me, because all of my games, of course, are on Steam. It's like I have to have internet just to open the things. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I don't even care because I'm not thinking about it right now. It's like, yeah, it's there, whatever. Right now, I have to deal with this week. And I'm feeling pretty good, so that's okay. Oh, God. Anyway, this is all I'm doing. This is what I do in the morning. Now you know my morning chores. Now you know what I do. This is the behind-the-scenes look of Ava's morning. This is pretty much what I do first thing every morning. This little game is already running because I've left it on through the night. So I come in and do these things. And, yeah, as soon as it's summer here, I'll be planting a lot of the summer crops because that's where we get most of our field crop cash. And then I would normally start recording. But today you get to see the behind-the-scenes morning with Ava. Oh, Lord. Which is kind of a nice, peaceful way to start a day. This is lovely. It's just, I spend the 20 minutes just... Usually I have coffee first, and then I sit here sipping my coffee and doing this, and just gathering myself together for a few minutes, which is kind of nice. I like it. It's a good morning. It's a good way to start a day. I always like starting a day alone. I don't like rushing into all the family and the noise things and breakfast and stuff like that. I always need a moment in the morning that's just in my own head, where things go really bad for me. I am tense all day. So thank you, Farm Together. Thank you, YouTube community of awesome, for being my quiet, safe place in the morning. You're lovely, and I really, really appreciate you guys so much. So I'm going to shut up and go get myself some coffee. And maybe I'll do a recording for tomorrow. You know what? I'll check the news first, so I get something to talk about. I have no life, right? So I'll check the news and see if we can find something fun to talk about. Oh, my goodness. Take care, guys. I'm going away now. I need coffee. You are lovely and wonderful, and thank you, patrons. You are incredible people. God, your loyalty and your support and your friendship leave me continually in awe. I love you so much, guys. Thank you guys for the follows and the likes and the comments in here. You are sweet. Bye-bye.